Hello everyone, we're going to be solving equations variables on both sides. Yes, equations. I spelled it wrong again. Alrighty then, with variables on both sides. So today we're going to be using our knowledge of algebra to solve equation. Here's your warm-up. Make sure your notebooks are out, dated, labeled, and go. Alright, solving the warm-up. We have our variables. Try to keep this consistent. We have our variables, and then we have our constants. We have constants on both sides. We want variables and constants on separate sides. So we need to move that minus 9 away so that the variable is by itself. So we're going to do the inverse operation of subtraction, and we're going to add to both sides. As you can see, constants to constants line up. We drop our equal sign. If you need the line, keep the line. And then 4x drops. 15 plus 9 is 24. And now we have our constants, which are just numbers, and our variables on either side. This is what we want. Now that we see it's 4 times x, we want to undo multiplication to get x completely alone, and we're going to divide by 4. And we have x equals 6. We can write it that way or this way. Excellent. Let's take a look. This is what we're trying to aim for right here. So here, let's identify our variables. Plus 12x, positive 12x, positive 2x, and then we have positive 15 and positive 35. As you can see, we want to move these around. Okay, we want our yellow, or our variables on one side, and our constants, green, on the other. We don't want to share the sides with them, right? So we have to make our first move, any move that you want to do. So let's start with something that we're used to. We're used to moving the constants first, so let's move the constants. So I want to get rid of the positive 15 on the left side. So I'm going to subtract 15 from both sides. Constants match to constants. So now 15 minus 15 cancels out. We're left with 12x on the left side. 35 minus 15 is 20 plus 2x. Let's reevaluate. We have 12x on the left and 2x on the right, and we have the constant 20 all on the right. Since the constant is on the right and none are on the left, that means we need to move our variable to the left side, so all of our variables stay on one side, okay? So we're going to treat this like a number. 2x is a number, so plus 2x, the inverse operation of plus, is minus. And we're going to drop 20. And then we're going to evaluate. 12x minus 2x is 10x. And we're going to divide. So here again we have 10x equals 20. This is what we want. We want all of our variables to one side and all of our constants to the other. Now finally we want to get just x by itself. So 10 times x, to inverse that, it's division. So we're going to divide to both sides. And we get x equals 2. Okay, that's it. So if you really think about this, right, we have 12x plus 15 equals 35 plus 2x, right? We have our variables, we have our constants, and what we want to do is we want to move them, right? We want to move them. So like, oh, sorry, one's 15. We want to get this over here, and then this over here, right? To move things like that on either side, we need to use addition or subtraction. That's really what's happening. And if you decided to move the 35, you would subtract it. And if I move the constants to the left, that means my variables would go to the right. Okay? So you're pretty much doing the opposite when you have a setup like this. So again, I could have moved 12x first. If I wanted to get rid of this on the left side, I would subtract and would go over here. Then I would have to move the 35. See how I always want the constants on one side and the variables on the other? To move things from side to side, you want to add or subtract. Let's do another example. Okay, we have 6x, 8x, and 7, and negative 13. So I'm going to try something different. I want to get rid of the negative 13. I know I like it because I know I'm going to add because of the negative. So again, the constants and constants match up. I'm not doing anything with my variable yet, just moving the constant. So if I move my constants to the left side, which is what's happening, I have 7 plus 13, which is 20, and then I have 6x left over. So now, as you can see, I have all of my constants to the left. So if my constants are to the left, then my variables must go to the right. So I need to get rid of the 6x. Since that's a positive 6x, we're going to subtract 6x from both sides. That's the inverse. Again, variable and variable matches up. And if you need the line, of course, use the line. 20 drops down. 8x minus 6x is 2x. And this is what we want. This is where we're most comfortable. This is, when we see something like this is like brings us back to 6th grade, right? So now we have 2 times x equals 20. And we're going to have to divide by 2 to both sides to get x completely alone. And we're left with x equals 10. Okay? And that's it. You can move right to left. You do not always have to go left to right. That's where most people get confused, but it does not matter. It's versatile, okay? All right. Your goal for today is to do the problem set. Number 5 and number 6 are a bit of a challenge, but I want to see work for it. I do not want to see it blank. Make sure you put work down for 5 and 6. I want you just to try your best. Okay, that's all. Have a wonderful day.